Let's look at our first example where a researcher is interested in finding the true proportion of adults with high blood pressure. And they use a random sample of 73 adults and they find 9 with high blood pressure. So what is the point estimate? Remember, the point estimate is our best estimate for the population proportion. And since all we have is our sample data, we are going to use p hat, which is the number of successes divided by our sample size. So that's 9 out of 73. And that's equal to 0.123. Are the conditions met to create a confidence interval for the population proportion of adult? So first of all, we need the independence. And yes, one person is independent from another. This also has to do with our 10% rule, because our 73 adults are less than 10% of all adults. And therefore we can treat it as independent. The next thing is we have a simple random sample. Yes, that's given right here in the question. And the last one would be our n times p hat and our n times q hat need to be at least 10. So over here, when we're doing n times p hat, that's actually our number of successes, which is 9, and our number of failures, that's the other 64 people. And unfortunately, that's not quite given over here, so we're going to put a sad face, but we are pretty close to 10, so we are going to continue on with the question and proceed with caution. What is the standard error of our estimate? So since our value is not greater than 10, our distribution may not be approximately normal. So we have to just be a little careful. But again, our value is very close. So what's our standard error? The standard error is our estimate of the standard deviation. And since we don't have a proportion, we're going to use the p hat instead. So we're going to use our sample proportion to estimate the population proportion. And we're going to use this formula, the square root of p hat times q hat over n. Our p hat was 0.123. Therefore, our q hat is going to be 1 minus 0.123, or 0.877. Divided by our sample size of 73. So we're going to calculate the square root of 0.123 times 0.877 divided by our sample size of 73 is equal to 0.038, which is our standard error. What critical value should we use for 90% confidence level? Well, let's look at the middle 90% on a z-score table. Changing our probability to 0.9, again using the in-between curve, we used a positive value of 1.64, or oftentimes this is rounded to 3 decimals at 1.645. It's one of the most common ones, and it's right in between 1.64 and 1.65, and therefore it's rounded to 1.645. So our critical value is 1.645. So our margin of error is a product of our critical value times our standard error. And multiplying those together is 1.645 times 0.038 gives us a margin of error of 0.063. Okay, now we're going to calculate the confidence interval. And so we're going to start with our p hat. We're going to add and subtract our margin of error. So for our lower bound, it gives us 0.123 minus 0.063, 0.06, and then our upper limit 0.123 plus 0.063 is equal to 0.186. And then last thing we want to do is interpret that. We are % confident that the true proportion, population proportion of whatever we're looking at is between these two numbers. So interpret the interval that we calculated it. We would say we are 90% confident that the true proportion of people with high blood pressure is between 0.06, or we could state 6%, and 0.186.